Kirloskar Oil Engines, or KOEL as we'll call it, is going through a massive, massive change right now. And look, we're not just talking about a simple business recovery. What we're witnessing is a fundamental structural metamorphosis. They're shifting from being a classic legacy engine maker to something new, a diversified modern energy architect. So let's get right into it. This whole transformation really boils down to three core pillars. First, they're taking their old-school internal combustion engine business and completely revamping it. Second, they're diversifying their offerings into much broader energy solutions. And third, and this is absolutely crucial for the story today, they are making a huge strategic pivot toward powering the data center revolution. You know, to really get a grip on just how big this change is, we need to rewind a bit and look at where the company came from. This is a story about a journey from a commoditized, low-margin past to what could be a really high-growth future. I mean, if you look back to just 2021, the picture was completely different. As the world was coming out of the pandemic, KOEL's business was really anchored in the agricultural space. We're talking low-margin, almost commodity-like engines and pumps. It was a steady business, for sure, but definitely not a fast-growing one. But then, the real catalyst for change shows up in May 2022. Gauri Kirloskar takes over as managing director. She brings in a new professionalized layer of management and sets this incredibly aggressive goal called 2x3y. The mission? Double the company's revenue in just 3 years. You could say that was the starting pistol that really kicked off this transformation. So what's got the market so optimistic about KOEL? Let's break down the bull case. It's built on several really powerful pillars of growth that have caused a major re-rating of the stock. Okay, the number one driver of this whole growth story is the data center boom. We are talking about a $30 billion capital spending cycle from the giant global hyperscalers. And KOEL has positioned its Sentinel series engines perfectly for this. These data centers have incredibly strict uptime requirements. They just can't go down, and KOEL's engines are meeting that need. Think about this. This segment now makes up a massive 40% of their power gen revenue. And the results from this data center focus? Well, they're nothing short of explosive. The high horsepower, or HHP, segment, that's the one serving these data centers, grew an unbelievable 235% year over year. This, right here, is the single biggest reason the stock has shot up to new record highs. But it's not just about data centers. KOEL also cleverly turned a regulatory headache into a huge advantage. When the new, much stricter CPCB IV+ emission norms kicked in, a lot of their competitors were caught flat-footed. But KOEL, they were ready. They had inventory ready to ship, which let them grab a whole lot of market share and push their B2B margins up to a very healthy 17.7%. And this timeline just lays out the story of their execution perfectly. You see the progression, right, from that legacy agricultural focus in 2021 to the new leadership and strategy in 2022 to navigating those regulations in 2024, securing that leadership for the future in 2025, and then boom, hitting a record high stock price in March 2026, all powered by that data center business. It's a very clear, very deliberate path. The last piece of the bull case is about looking beyond India. The company is making a smart, strategic push into export markets with higher margins. They're getting real traction in the Middle East, North Africa, and now they're breaking into North America. This is great because it not only juices up their profitability, but also gives them a nice cushion against any ups and downs in the domestic market. So it's a really impressive turnaround story, no doubt. But, you know, a good analysis means looking at both sides of the coin. So the question is, are there any major headwinds out there that could throw a wrench in this growth story? All right, let's dig into the bear case. And this isn't about being negative for the sake of it. It's about being realistic and understanding the very real risks around competition, potential operational issues, and of course, the stock's valuation. So the biggest elephant in the room is one word: competition. Specifically, Cummins India. They are the dominant force in this market, especially in that high-end, mission-critical data center space that KOEL is targeting. Now, KOEL is definitely gaining ground, but let's be clear, Cummins still holds the majority market share. And what's more, they have higher return ratios, things like ROE and ROC, which suggests they're a more profitable and efficient operation. That's a tough competitor. Next up is operational risk. The company's supply chain has shown some cracks. For example, they recently had a 31% drop in profit from one quarter to the next. And that was directly tied to the rising costs of specialized parts for their new emission-compliant engines. It just goes to show there might be a weak link in their execution chain. And finally, we have to talk about valuation. The stock is trading at a trailing PE ratio of 32.6. What does that mean? It means the market has already baked in a lot of this exciting future growth. It's what you'd call a premium valuation. And the risk there is that the stock is basically priced for perfection, leaving almost no margin for error if they have any slip-ups along the way. Okay, so we've got a really compelling bull case on one side and some pretty serious risks on the other. So let's try to bring it all together and see what this means for the company's long-term vision, looking out towards FY30. The ambition here is crystal clear. KOEL is aiming for $2 billion in revenue by the 2030 financial year. And this isn't just some number they pulled out of a hat. It's backed by a high-conviction strategy that's counting on a sustained growth rate, a CAGR of 15 to 18%. This is the ultimate prize at the end of their whole transformation journey. So really, the whole investment thesis boils down to this tension. In the bull corner, you've got these massive structural tailwinds from data centers, you have margins getting better, there's potential value to be unlocked from their finance arm, Arka Fincap, and you have strong continuous leadership. But in the bear corner, you've got that fierce competition, you've got the supply chain risks, that price evaluation, and potential geopolitical issues that could mess with their export growth. And that really brings us to the final critical question, doesn't it? The strategy is laid out, the vision is incredibly ambitious. But can KOL's execution on the ground be strong enough to overcome the sheer market dominance of their biggest rival and navigate their own internal operational risks? Can they turn that high-conviction vision into a reality? Well, that remains the multi-billion-dollar question.